So if you're building with AI, you've probably spent a ton of time thinking about which model to use, right? But what if I told you the single biggest reason your app might be failing has absolutely nothing to do with the AI itself? Today, we're diving into a step that's often overlooked but is completely crucial: the art of chunking. Honestly, getting this right is the real secret to making retrieval augmented generation, or RAG, systems actually work. All right, let's kick things off with a pretty bold claim. There's a dirty secret in the world of RAG, and it's this. When these apps don't work, it's almost never the fault of the super powerful language model or the speedy vector database. Nope. The problem usually starts way earlier, with what we call bad chunks. Basically, the messy, disorganized data we're feeding the system from the get-go. And this just nails the problem perfectly. Handing a large language model a giant unstructured wall of text is like asking someone to find one specific sentence in a 500-page book that has no chapters, no paragraphs, not even an index. It's an impossible task. The AI gets lost, it misses obvious connections, and eventually it just starts making things up. What we call hallucinations. Without structure, you just get noise instead of answers. Okay, so if throwing a giant blob of text at our AI is the problem, what's the solution? How do we slice and dice this data the right way? Well, the answer is a process that is the absolute foundation for any good RAG system: chunking. So what exactly is chunking? At its heart, it's incredibly simple. It's just the process of breaking down big documents into smaller, more manageable, and, this is the key, meaningful pieces. I love the pizza analogy here. You wouldn't try to eat a whole pizza in one bite, right? You slice it up. We have to do the exact same thing for our AI, giving it these digestible bites of information it can actually work with. This little before and after shot says it all, doesn't it? On the left, you've got pure chaos, this tangled, messy web of data that just completely overwhelms the system. But on the right, you have order, you have clarity. Each piece is separate, it's focused, making it super easy for the AI to pinpoint the exact bit of information it's looking for. This transformation is exactly what we're aiming for. And listen, this is not just about being tidy. Getting your chunking strategy right has a direct impact on your bottom line. Sure, it helps you fit data into the model's limited context window, but it also makes the whole process faster and cheaper. And, most importantly, it dramatically boosts accuracy by cutting out all the irrelevant noise, which lays the foundation for every single high-quality answer that your system is going to produce. But, as you can probably guess, not all chunking methods are created equal. So let's go on a little tour of the main strategies out there, starting with the simplest of slices and working our way up to the more, let's say, gourmet AI-powered portions. This table really lays out the whole landscape for us. Think of it as a spectrum. On one end, you've got fixed-size chunking. It's like a sledgehammer. It's fast, it's simple, but it's super clumsy. It can literally break a sentence right in half, destroying all the context. Then, as you move toward the middle, you get more refined tools like recursive chunking, which tries to respect natural breaks in the text. And way over on the far end, you've got the scalpels, semantic and agentic chunking. These actually use AI to find the most precise points to make a cut, but they're a lot slower and way more expensive. Now, there's a good reason why recursive splitting is considered the best place to start for most projects. It's got this really smart layered fallback system. So first, it tries to make the most logical split it can, by paragraph. But if that chunk is still too big, it falls back and tries splitting by sentences. And if that's still too big, it goes down to words. It's this fantastic balance of simplicity and actually respecting the context of the text. Okay, this is where things get really, really cool. Most of the methods we've talked about split text based on its structure, right? Like punctuation and line breaks. But the most advanced methods, semantic and agentic, they split based on meaning. They use AI to actually understand the concepts being discussed, and they only make a cut when the topic really changes. It's a huge leap from just seeing the punctuation to actually understanding the prose. All right, so we've got all these options on the table. Fixed size, recursive, semantic. It's a lot. How in the world do you choose the right tool for your job? Well, it turns out the answer starts with one very simple rule. This right here is the golden rule, straight from the experts over at ChromaDB. Before you write a single line of code, before you pick a strategy, you have to always look at your data. Is it a clean, well-formatted technical manual? Or is it a messy, chaotic transcript from a meeting? The shape and content of your data is the #1 clue that will point you to the best strategy. See, picking a chunker is all about trade-offs.
If your documents are highly structured, like code or Markdown, then a document-specific strategy is a no-brainer. If you're dealing with messy, unpredictable text, recursive is a fantastic default. And if you need the absolute highest accuracy for a super complex problem, and you've got the budget for it, then it's worth exploring semantic or agentic methods. There's no one-size-fits-all best answer, only the best answer for your project.
So let's zoom out for just a second, because I want to talk about why this seemingly small technical detail is actually so fundamental to building AI we can trust. Think of your entire RAG pipeline like a long line of dominoes. Chunking is the very first domino in that line. And if that first piece is flawed, if you make a bad split that cuts a key idea in half, the entire chain reaction that follows is doomed to fail. It doesn't matter how amazing your embedding model is or how powerful your LLM is. They can't fix a broken input. The damage has already been done right at the start.
And at the end of the day, all of this comes down to one single critical metric: recall. Recall just asks a simple question. Did our system find all of the relevant pieces of information it needed to give a good answer? If that first domino falls wrong, if a bad chunking choice separates a critical fact from its surrounding context, you simply cannot achieve high recall. It's as simple as that. Good chunking is the absolute bedrock of good recall.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought to chew on. As we get better and better at this art of chunking, of structuring our massive libraries of human knowledge for machines, are we just building smarter chatbots? Or are we actually taking the first real steps in teaching these systems to see connections, to reason about information, and maybe, just maybe, to understand us in a more human-like way? It's a fascinating question. Thanks for tuning in.